Hey guys, and welcome back. Today, as you can tell by the title, we got an upper hard pipe and a blow-off valve for the Neon. We're going to be working on my wife's car today. Kind of getting it ready for summer and everything to go. So, without further ado, let's go to unbox this and let's get one of those, painless modifications where nothing goes wrong out of the way. Alright, so here's our box. AGP SRT upper hard pipe. With the Turbo XS blow-off valve. You can see that right there. Also, I believe by AGP. I'm not 100% sure. Trash. Comes with instructions that you don't need. Not one. 2 elbows that seem to be of pretty decent quality. I mean, how many of these can a guy need, right? Upper hard pipe. And whatever this is. We can see how well this is going to go already. Forgot to unbox this when I was doing the rest of this stuff, but we got, the thing that's supposed to make it go and make all those funny sounds. It's even got zip ties and instructions and hose. So we're underneath the extremely dirty engine of this car. I would try to get some before sound clips because, quite frankly, the only thing I've done to this car is the wastegate and a tune. I don't know anything else that's done to it. The MSD ignition wasn't me. The Mishimoto radiator was on it when I bought it. Wheels and tires were even on it when I bought it. So I've looked down into this spot before, and somebody did some really shabby work to get what is it, the intake air temperature sensor to fit in there. So that's one of these things. You're going to fix that, and we're going to show you and go along through the process. So we're not messing with anything electrical today, but I'm still going to go ahead and unplug this battery just because I don't take the risks of the chances of, tapping something on the starter, tapping something and arcing it out, because I've done it and I've shocked myself and it is not fun. Alright, now we've got some light we can look into here. What you're seeing, that black wrapped around the air temperature sensor or whatever it is, that's actually a shoelace that somebody, I guess, used to keep it from going out, and it's obviously gotten a little leaky somewhere. It used to be clean. Whatevs. Means it's got oil in it, I guess. Might look into that someday. Looks like it's coming from over there. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and get that taken out. Took the shoestring off. On most of these, it's gonna be super easy to disassemble. You're gonna have this plug plugged in right there. Pull up on the red tab, and then you push it down and just pull it straight out. You're gonna have a hose clamp down here, a hose clamp all the way down there on the bottom. You're gonna need to jack up your vehicle. When you're jacking up your vehicle, make sure you have your trusty Harbor Freight jack underneath. Always back it up with a trusty Harbor Freight jack stand. Never rely on just your jack. So, like most anything that anybody's modified before you, this clamp probably won't be too tight. The clamp on the bottom probably won't be too tight. I use a flathead normally, it don't really matter. Super easy then, just pull it off. Get your hands all dirty. Push it up the bottom. You don't need that no more. Okay, so this kit does come with other adapters in case you need them for your blow-off valve, but normally they give you the right ones. So next what you're going to do is you're going to install the blow-off valve onto the new hard pipe. It just pushes on. It's going to be kind of hard. It pushes on straight down where the grooves are inside of there. You spin in the grub screws down here and the locking nuts onto that. You're going to take your hose clamp. You're going to want to make sure that you have it sized correctly. face it somewhere that you can get it. And then on this elbow here, the shorter end is going to go onto the inlet of your intercooler. Now that that's in, you can kind of see it down there. I'm going to go underneath the car. We're going to adjust it so it fits right, which is super simple. I don't think I need to show that. You just make sure it's on, but not hitting stuff. You're going to take the hard pipe, the blow-off valve already on it, and a clamp. Figure out what way would be easiest for you to get to it. Maybe like that. Drop the clamp over that elbow. Go ahead. Push it in. You only need to go enough. You don't want to do as much as you can right now. But remember to go far enough because you got to get it in to right there. Okay, now that we're in enough where we kind of line up, take this one and stick it as far onto the throttle body as you can. Take your two hose clamps in a way that's easy for you to get to them. Stick those both over that rubber pipe. And then you're gonna want to stick that in as far as you can as well. So with the way it's sitting right now, I'll probably eventually rotate this so it goes a different way, but as of this second, I'm not too worried about it. All right, once you're happy with how everything fits in there and you like the look of it and you push the things as much as you can, you're going to tighten up all your clamps. And the two threaded bungs are on the bottom of this. So one of those is for your air intake temperature sensor, I think it is. The other one, the kit does come with, focus, one of these just to plug it up. It's where your red vacuum line normally goes, but you don't need to use that. Okay. Now that we got all that in, the up pipe, the blow-off valve, everything's tightened up. That, I believe, never done this before, but I believe is all that you got to do for this. Hopefully. Next up, since these cars have a diverter installed, you need a block-off plate for that. Go ahead and take your intake out, and we're going to have to get into there up and underneath the blow-off valve. Alright folks, this is where we're at right now on this next step. We got that diverter valve, whatever you want to call it, off of the turbo, and of course we lost a bolt down in that mess down there. I do not know where my magnet is. Yeah, this will be real fun. I'll probably just pick up another one. I decided to take the heat shield off and move the wastegate to get me better access to that. I recommend you both do the same if you're taking this off, if you're installing the Mopar blue plate or whatever. Just highly recommend doing that. Next what we're going to do is we're going to get a few bolts, or at least one, to put that block-off plate in there. We're going to turn the blow-off valve facing down, and we're going to figure out where we want to run our vacuum line to. And I believe that's pretty much everything. So, sweet. Let's get to it. Alright, so hey, check this out real quick. I ordered this block-off plate with my thing. Look how thin that is. The stock, what you want on the collar. We're going to stick the bolt in. See how much thread we got left? There's about 1/4 inch of thread sticking out of there. Now we're going to move on. And there's about probably 1/8 of an inch. So I might try it with these bolts, but since I had to go get one anyways, I might just pick up some bolts that are a little bit longer because I don't like that. Okay, so I went ahead and just put some of the black gasket maker up and around this, kind of in the same shape that doesn't touch anything in there. Don't really know if you need it, but just to be sure, I put a little bead, and hopefully it doesn't cause any problems or it even fixes everything. We're going to use some blue Loctite to get those two short of bolts back in there that don't fit with the washers, and we'll just make sure we check them in the future. Let's get a block-off plates installed down there. You can kind of see it. Let's get some light going. There's one of the bolts. So much easier to install with the blow-off valve out of the way and that heat shield off, I had a lot more room even to get it off, but just putting on the black block-off plate was 10 times easier than removing the stock surge valve, whatever you want to call it. Next we're gonna put all that stuff back together, and we got to route in the vacuum lines right here. One more thing with this block-off plate, it's gonna have this pink hose that you took off of the surge valve right here. I stripped the top off. I'm just gonna cap it and zip tie it, and we're gonna see how well that works. And I'll probably update you guys in the future if anything happens. I do have a brand new vacuum line harness for this, so I might figure out something different to do, but hopefully this cap will work just for this vacuum line. All right, here's how we got the blow-off valve hosed in up to a T right to there, and then just into the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna clean all this up when I get the new vacuum line kit installed, which is not going to be fun. Then we're capped off right there, and we'll see how well that does. I'm just gonna put everything back together and test it out. All right, we're all back buttoned up together. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit here and you wanna watch and make sure your car idles smoothly. If it doesn't, the blow-off valve came with washers. You take this top off and put washers on the top until it idles smooth. But right now it seems to be idling pretty smoothly, so I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is.